Okay, meeting is now streaming live. Evelyn is with us now. Well, hello there. Hello, Evelyn. How are you doing?
Thank you.
Yes, we were waiting for you. So
Oops.
you might want to put your volume down on your stream as we're going live right now. So I think we have some late. I think we have some people that might jump on the call late, but I want to go ahead and just start by just welcoming you guys to the Leadership Hour. And as today, we're gonna just dive right into it. We're gonna be discussing about the law of the mirror and the law of reflection. So Evelyn, I know you were with us last night in our mastermind group. And so I'm going to go ahead and put you guys on pause for a second as we kind of just go over the material. Number one, this is what I want you to know. Everything begins with personal development. You can't expect to function at a high capacity in your business if you don't invest in your personal growth, right? And so I'm not here to teach about business. I think you guys get enough about business throughout the day through so many wonderful teachers in the group. I want to emphasize the importance of your leadership, your communication, and your personal growth. So law of the mirror, what does that look like? The law of the mirror states that this, and I'll go ahead and run a PowerPoint. We'll go through this real quick, but I want you to know this. Many people in society today would rather invest a couple $100s or even thousands of dollars in entertainment. They would rather pay for entertainment. Just like one of our mentors, Les Brown, says, hey, we live in a society today where people would rather pay for entertainment. They would rather get entertained than spend money or invest in something that would benefit their lives, something that would empower them, and something that would increase their value and their influence. I find that to be true because it's easier for someone to be entertained versus being empowered. He calls us uncommon people. You guys are uncommon. Rose Jean, you're uncommon. Evelyn, you're uncommon. Why? Because you've made a decision today to invest in yourself. And that's where it all starts. We can never expect to add value to anyone else until we first become a person of value. Do you agree? Absolutely. Absolutely. We want to make an impact. Rose Jean, Evelyn, you guys are coaches. You guys are mentors. We can't give something that we don't have. And so that's why I'm so passionate about investing in you. Investing in you. So the law of the mirror says this. It says that you must see yourself as valuable in order to add value to yourself, right? Because here's something I've learned. I've learned that most people are not willing to place a bet on themselves. If you were to go to the window of life right now and place a bet, what would you bet? Would you bet on yourself? It's so much easier for someone to rely on another person to bet on you than for you to actually bet on yourself. Because of our self-image, because of our limiting beliefs. We don't believe that we're good enough. Why do you think coaching is so important, Rose Jean? Because of that simple concept that everyone is a person of value, but they got to know that. The greatest limiting belief is a person's self-image. Everything stems from how I see myself. Let's say for an example, I want to be a number 10. I want to be a number 10, but my self-image is a number 5. And it doesn't matter if I want to be a 10, as long as my self-image internally is a 5, guess what? I've got a lid on me. I can't go any higher. I can't. Because of my self-image, I've capped off, and that's as high as I can go. I'm actually at a number 4 because I'm capped off at 5 right here. So I'll never be able to rise up to number 10 because my self-image says I am a 5 and I can't go no higher. And everything begins with developing a healthy self-image. Let's go into this PowerPoint right now because I want you guys to see this. So I created this earlier, spent some time doing it. So today we're going to cover the law of the mirror. Number 1, you must see value in yourself in order to add value to yourself. We find that to be true as we jump into the law of reflection. What we'll cover together is the law of reflection and the law of the mirror. Number 1, how do I see myself and how do others see me? Okay. What kind of self-image do I have about myself? And we're going to wrap it up with the law of reflection. Learning to pause. I need timeouts in my life, in my personal life and my business. What areas of my life do I need to take a pause or a timeout so the growth can catch up with me? What areas? And I'm going to move kind of quick, but don't worry. I have all these notes for you, Rose Jean and Evelyn and anyone else that needs them. I'll post them up later. Law of the mirror. You must see value in yourself to add value. Most people don't see value in themselves because they're common people. Common people don't invest in themselves. They invest in other things. We're uncommon people. So personal growth and development, adding things that will empower our lives, increasing our influence by improving in our leadership and communication. There's nothing that can substitute personal growth. I can put on a nice suit. I can put on a nice dress and put on a nice, I can put on a nice filter and all that. But you know what that is? Even if I look good and I don't perform up to my God-given potential, I'm a failure. I just look good. I could go put on a nice suit right now and get a nice haircut and look presentable. I could look like success. But if I'm not operating to my fullest potential, because God created me with potential, and my gift to God is to develop it, I'm a failure. I just look good. So I have to see value in myself in order to add value to myself so that I can add value to others. One of my favorite quotes from this chapter says this, that you cannot outperform how you see yourself. You cannot outperform your self-image. Why do I say that? Because if I'm a number 5, I will always perform at a level of being a number 5. I can say that I'm a 10 all I want, but inwardly, I cannot travel without until I first travel within. What do you mean by that? I have to build on my self-image. And if I expect to grow to my potential, I have to take the necessary steps in cultivating a healthier self-image about myself. I'm talking about some of our limiting beliefs, the things that put a cap on our lid. Listen to this. Self-esteem is the most significant key to a person's behavior. I find this to be absolutely true. But for so many of us, we never really evaluate how we truly see ourselves. Zig Ziglar says this, and I'm going to paraphrase because I love paraphrasing this. He says, Rose Jean, you can't consistently perform in a manner or a behavior in which you really don't really believe. I mean, I can't operate in an area of effectiveness if I really don't believe in myself in that area. And so once again, it all starts with our self-image. And listen to this. If you put a small value on yourself, guess what, my friends? The world's not going to raise the price tag on you. If you see yourself as not valuable, you're not going to add value to yourself. You're not going to invest in yourself. And guess how the world's going to see you? The world's going to see you exactly how you see yourself. Because the confidence level doesn't show. It doesn't show. And so right now, we're going to just look at a few steps that we're going to talk about on building on your self-image. And as we just kind of go through this, I'm going to open up and just ask a couple questions as we kind of enter into a zone of discovery, okay? Steps to building your self-image. Number one, look at what you're saying to yourself. Guard your self-talk. Guard your self-talk. I have to guard what comes out of my mouth. It's so easy for us to say the wrong thing. And then now we just sow these words into the universe. And as the law of attraction, or by spiritual law too, if you want to look at it like that, you reap what you sow. So how important is that for you to be careful on what you say to yourself? Some of these inner thoughts that we say sometimes that are not even verbally addressed can affect us too. Number two, the comparison trap. How many of us struggle still with comparing ourselves to others? Three, move beyond limiting beliefs. What lies do I believe about myself that keep my self-image at a low rate? Maybe I'm a 5 and I want to be a number 10. There's some limiting beliefs in my life that I need to identify. But how do I get there? I have to evaluate. Add value to others. What does that mean? Hey, when you get stuck sometimes, hey, I love just adding value to other people. And what that does is by me adding value to other people, it increases my confidence in who I am. It does. It helps. Do the right thing even when it's hard. Because through that, you're raising your level of accountability and integrity. And that's part of your self-image. That's part of building your character. Practice small daily disciplines. Listen to this. The secret to your future success lies in your daily routine. What are you doing different? Are you caught up in the same routine every single day where there's no room to grow? You're moving, but there's nothing changing. What's that one thing that I can add to my daily routine that could change the course of my trajectory? Celebrate small victories. We have so many small victories that we just pass on by because we just jumped onto the next thing. Learn to celebrate even the smallest wins. What are these small victories that I'm passing by? And embrace a positive vision for your life. Where am I going? What's my vision? Where am I taking everybody with me? I mean, what's my vision? And last, practice the one-word strategy. What's that one word that describes who you are? You know, what's that new word? I mean, it could be a brand new word that you can add to describing who you are. You know, think about it. When people think about Evelyn and Rose Jean, what's that one word that makes them connect with who you are? What's the one word that best describes Rose Jean when I think about you and I think about Evelyn? You know, is it passion? Evelyn, is it the drive that you have? There's so many different words, but what's that one word to you that you want to be identified as? That's that one word strategy that I want you to start practicing. And so right now, I'm going to go ahead and take a pause because I want to ask you guys some questions. And we're going to go into the law of reflection. Based on what we went through, from a scale from 1 through 10 on your self-image, I want you to tell me, I want you to stop for a second and think about 5 years ago. 5 years ago, from a scale from 1 through 10, how healthy do you think your self-image was compared to now? And so I'll go ahead and use myself as an example. 5 years ago, I was probably at a number 5 or a number 6. I haven't really discovered personal growth and development at that time. I was a leader, but I never really understood the power of investing in myself. I never really had a personal growth plan. I didn't really surround myself with others that were ahead of me. And so I was really kind of stagnant in my growth. And so 5 years ago, I would say that I was probably a number 5 or a number 6. Today, I want to say that I'm at least a 7.57, maybe rounding off to an 8. Why do I say that? Because I got so much more room to grow. I do. But I'm so far from where I was before. And what is the biggest difference? But I really want you guys to identify what's the biggest difference from 5 years ago to now. And so as you kind of go back and identify what would you rate yourself 5 years ago to now, tell me what's the biggest difference. So Evelyn, Rose Jean, who wants to go first?
Sure. Hi, Rose Jean.
I'm just thinking 5 years. Ma'am Evelyn, you're the one, the first. I just,
Okay. I could not. My screen in the bigger computer is different. So I'm looking at my phone right now.
I may go first. Okay.
Okay. So I'm using my phone right now. This old lady's computer is messed up.
So are you having some difficulties right here? So look,
Yeah.
let's do this. While you guys are processing that, I'm going to give you guys some time to think about that. I want to dive into the law of reflection. And so after that, we'll just go through questions and answers, okay? And so Rose Jean, get ready. Let's go to the law of reflection. We talked about the law of the mirror, right? And so everything is based on how you see yourself. Let me add this to you. The way people see you, okay? The way people see you, Rose Jean, is the way they treat you. And the way they treat you, my friends, is often what you become. And I'm not saying this for everybody, but imagine a child. Imagine a child that's growing up that is being called stupid. Okay? And you call the child stupid and you treat them as they're stupid. What happens to them? They often become how you treat them because that's how you see them. And so the same thing with us. The way people see this is how they treat us. And often at times, the way people treat us is possible how we become. And it's all based on our self-image. All right. So let's move on to the law of reflection. Here's what I want you to know about the law of reflection, right? We talked about taking a time out in life. Last night, Evelyn said, I took a whole day off from my laptop. She said, I took a whole day off. Learning to pause allows growth to catch up with you. We live in a very fast-paced society right now where technology is advancing. There's so much stuff going on Facebook, from Instagram to Twitter, the algorithms of everything going on with social media network marketing, affiliate marketing, digital marketing. Like, there's so much stuff going on. And when do we actually have time to learn how to pause? Maybe it's in your family, maybe it's in building relationships, maybe it's in your business. When are we actually taking a pause so that growth can catch up with you? It's so easy, my friends, to get into this. I call it sometimes a rat race because we're just running in circles. We're running in circles. We're saying yes to everything. Everything looks like a great opportunity. And then if I don't catch myself because I'm comparing myself to other people's success, then here I am again, going from one thing to the next, one thing to the next. And I become a master juggler. I'm juggling so many different things in my life. Or you can refer to being a jack of all trades. I know a little bit of everything, but what are you the master of? What's that one thing that you're a master of? And it's because we don't take pauses in life to really reflect. I love what Peter Drucker says right here. So this leadership expert, he's a phenom in management. Listen to what Peter Drucker says here. He says, follow effective action, okay? Follow effective action with quiet reflection. From the quiet reflection will come more effective action. Isn't that powerful? That's powerful. In the quiet reflection time will come more effective action, because now you're taking a time out to pause and say, hold on, I need to make some adjustments. I need to make some adjustments before I move on to the next experience. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't be doing this right now. So listen to this. And this is a bonus because I didn't think about doing this. 4 things I want you to think about in learning to pause. In the evaluation process, think about what I need to be doing. Okay. What do I need to do? What do I need to prioritize? So what do I need to do? 2, what do I need to be disciplined in? And 3, what can I defer? Meaning that I don't need to be doing this at all. As a matter of fact, I should even take this off my list. So let me repeat that again. Number 1, what should I be doing? Going into number 2, what should I be more disciplined in? 3, what should I defer? Meaning that what should I eliminate? And last but not least, what do I need to delegate? It starts with knowing what to do, then evaluating what areas do I need to be more disciplined in, and then looking at what do I need to eliminate. Let's just defer this right now. Maybe I just need to defer this Facebook Live right now. I don't need to do it right now. I need to focus on my family. And then last, how can I delegate? What can I delegate to someone else to do versus doing every single thing? And those 4 principles right there can really help you become more productive because you're not trying to do everything. And it's all about prioritization. This is what I want you guys to know. experience is not the best teacher. I've seen so many people go from experience to the next experience. I've seen men and women go to prison in and out, and you would think that they would learn from the first time, and then you would think they would learn from the second time. But what happened? Because experience it wasn't the best teacher. You see, you can go through an experience and never ever learn from it. But the power is in the pause. When you stop and evaluate, that's when you start learning from the experience. So I love saying this. Are you going through an experience, or are you actually growing through an experience? Big difference. It's a game changer. It is a game changer. The power in the pause. Let's go over these three things right here. Number one, the power in the pause allows you to evaluate the experience. Okay. It's just like in sports. You know, at halftime in sports, there's a scoreboard. There's a scoreboard that gives you all the statistics of what's going on in the game of life. Isn't that right? And so based on your scoreboard in the game of life, you're looking at your statistics. How many shots have I made? How many shots have I missed? How many layups have I made? How many fouls? How many timeouts do I still have? So many things are on your scoreboard. But for many of us, we don't ever even look at our scoreboard. As a matter of fact, for many of us, we don't even keep track of a scoreboard. And so once again, here we are just going through the experience of life, and we don't even know if we're winning. We don't even know if we're losing. Maybe we're about to lose, and maybe we're about to win. Who knows? So learning to pause allows you to evaluate and look at your scoreboard and say, man, you know what? I need to tighten up my game right now because I am on the verge of losing this game. Because I'm looking at my statistics right now on how I am performing. Maybe I need to call a timeout. Maybe I need to make some different adjustments in my life right now for my business, for my family, for my leadership, for my communication, whatever it may be, you must evaluate in the pause. Number two, the power of the pause allows you to properly execute. With proper evaluation, Peter Drucker says that with proper evaluation comes this quiet reflection. And then the quiet reflection, it allows you to execute properly. For many of us, we just execute not properly. And I can attest to this, that it's easy for us right now to just jump and say anything that seems good. But can I remind you something? Focus is the key here. Choosing the right focus is essential towards growing. But I remind you that there's a big difference in choosing the right thing versus the almost right thing. There is a difference between the right thing and the almost right thing. Are you choosing the right thing? How are you executing right now? Because of the lack of evaluation in your life. And last, the power in the pause allows you to embrace the journey. Hey, slow down, take a time out. Take a time out and enjoy life. It's okay. You need to have a balance, or you're going to run yourself to the ground. Have you guys felt that way maybe in the past couple of weeks sometimes, where at the end of the day, you're like, oh my gosh, like I'm running myself to the ground right now. because I'm trying to do too much. I'm trying to do too much. I have. I've been in many moments in my life where I'm like, slow down, embrace the journey, evaluate, learn to execute properly. What do I need to do now? Discipline. What do I need to be more disciplined in? What can I eliminate? Let's defer some things out of my schedule because it's not that important. Not everything's all that important. Learn how to say no. We have to learn how to say no. You can't say yes to everything. And last but not least, what can I delegate right now? What can I delegate right now? So let's talk. Let's. I want to hear your feedback, Evelyn and Rose Jean, on what was your biggest takeaway from what we covered in the law of the mirror and the law of reflection. What really stood out to you?
I am
Uh,
the
okay, go on, Rose Jean. Nice for you to be here with us today.
I know, ma'am, because it's all about me.
I know
It's
how
the Rose Jean show.
Yeah, I know how hectic your schedule is, and you still find time to attend to this live. So
I am the first.
yeah,
Yeah.
the younger first.
Okay. The power of reflection. Okay. The first question that you said, how many percent before? It means 5 years before. I just reflected 5 years ago. So it means 2014. I just counted it. 2014. So if I um, 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 reflect myself before, maybe I'm 1%. Totally miserable. Miserable. Because that time, I have a lot of problems. I have a lot of, um, um, of course, I'm loss of my confidence, everything because the problem of my past marriage. Okay, so it's big reflecting to me what happened because it's a family problem. Then after that problem, of course, I decided to myself, I don't want to become like miserable woman like this. That experiences makes trauma to me that I need to change my life. That 2015, after that, of course, business, family, it's connected in. After a separation from my ex-husband, I decided I'm the person make decision myself that I need to separate it. I need to separate for him because he's not healthy for me. He's not healthy for me. So I need to decide to look my essence or my purpose in life. Okay. And then when I come to of course working abroad, that's the time that I change my mind, spiritual, and everything. I met people. I'm decided to improve myself and put myself back to confidence myself and invest my potential, my learnings that I need to, of course, especially the spiritual. It's very big help for me, spiritual. And then now, which is 2019, way back 2014, my average maybe I changed 6%. Okay, 6%. Why 6%? Because of course, I feel that I need more improving myself, especially as a leadership, discipline, and everything. Of course, my life now is not easy because I have a problem, or it's not a problem. That time is I working 13 hours, and then I give 3 hours for my work, for my business. Of course, that's the time that I do my business. And then of course, 3 hours, 4 hours only the time that I sleep every day, no day off, every day, every day. Then within 4 years that I working here in Saudi Arabia, the rat race, always like that, rat race. Every day wake up, every day do like this, like this. But I have observed for myself that even the time is limited for me. I know it's not a reason for me that I said I have no time to do this. I have no time for improving myself. I know. No, I try to leverage my time, even if it's hard for me, because I love what I am right now than before. It's hard. It's hard. I'm a single mom. Those watching me right now, I'm a single mom. It's hard to become a father and mother, earn money. Always my mind is every day I need to earn, I need target, I need every day. It's hard for me, but I try to leverage my body, my soul, my everything to conquer, to take the responsibility. Okay, all my mentors, one of the mentors that I encounter, you, Ma'am Evelyn, all of the person that will impact to me and influence me is big help for me, who I am right now. Because I want to be changed and I want to commit my dreams, not for myself, for my kids. This is the purpose. Why? The purpose of my life? I want to get there of God's plan for me. I know I have a skills, I have a talent that already gives to me. So I need to expand, I need to explore, I need to embrace it and share to the people and who I am right now as a leader. Now I'm so happy because before Rose Jean, miserable woman, beating woman of ex-husband. And now I'm the woman voices to empower the woman right now, even my Filipino community. And I said, don't put yourself into the marriage that you are not will be improving yourself. Get out! Get out! Come on! Even we are women, without partner, we can do change ourselves and we can improve outside. And people will learn from us experience. And we are sharing to those people. And of course, I'm my advocacy now is I want to empower the woman, especially the woman beating the husband, abuse husband. That's my before. Now I change myself now. Of course, I know how to. I stand up to the people who looking at me and admire me who I am now. They telling me, "Hi, coach, you are so powerful woman." But before I'm not like that. So I love what I'm right now. And I love to learn more a lot of those people experiences. Of course, I listen to those mentors like you mentor to one. Because if you want to change yourself, go to the people who will give to you a positive minded, positive outcome, positive will help you to grow. That's why I'm here. I want to change my life and I love who I am right now. I love 6%. 6%. And I reflect myself before and after. I love who I am now. I love Rose Jean now. That's it.
And I can honestly say that we love Rose Jean too, because and so I want to share this real quick, Evelyn, because even though you say you're a number 6, you know what you you know what you give out to us is that you're confident. And so I see you higher than a number 6 based on how you see yourself. And that speaks volumes. Look, I want to share this real quick because I know that we have some people that are watching right now, but I really want to emphasize this. Never chase success. I've learned not to chase success. I am learning to become a person of value. Don't chase success. Become a person of value. Why? Because when you become a person that is valuable, success just comes chasing after you.
That's true.
It does. It's true. Because when you become valuable, you start solving problems. What's that problem? What's that problem you were sent on earth to solve? I mean, I understand the part of the business. That's great. But I'm here because I'm trying to help you tap into your God-given potential. What makes you valuable, Rose Jean, Evelyn, is that gift. That gift is what makes room for you. Nothing more, nothing less. Your career, your business is what you get paid for, but your calling, Rose Jean, Evelyn, and everyone else on the call right now, your calling is what you're made for. What are you made for? Let me say this. I spent so many years of my life trying to impress people because I had a poor self-image of myself. I didn't have confidence. So the only way I could put confidence on was I had to dress myself up, whether it was a nice shiny car or nice clothes, and it made me feel better. But if you take that away, what do I have? Nothing. I've spent so many years on wasting money trying to impress people that did not care nothing about me. How much time have we invested in impressing people that don't care about us? And so now we're not even authentic. That's not even you. That's not even the real you. You see how valuable it is to understand that I have to have vision and authenticity in my life. That's the only way I'm going to find balance in my job or my career and my calling. So my question to everyone right now is, are you living a life trying to impress people? Or are you living a life that seeks to impact? And as for me, I want to live a life that's impactful. I want to impact my community. I want to impact my culture. And how do I do that? I got to harness my energy in balancing my life. And it starts with investing and allowing God to cultivate your gift. So many of us, we want to be discovered. Yes, we do. We want the world to discover Tuan Nguyen. What God is saying here is, hey, you don't need to be discovered. I've already discovered you. What you need is you need to be developed. And if you don't allow God to develop you through that process, you're going to go chasing every single thing in this world, trying to find that fulfillment because you want that light to shine on you. And really, the light is inside you, but you're not allowing God to develop that. And yeah, I might be preaching a little bit, but I think it's okay because I'm not here to teach you about business. I'm here to draw something out of you. Everyone that's listening to the sound of my voice right now, there is something so valuable in each and every single one of you. And I need you to understand that, because until you realize that, you'll start spending so much time chasing your career and forsaking your call. And whatever you were created to do, you won't do it. And yeah, you might have a means of success in your business, and that's great, but it's not going to last in the next lifetime. Because just like everything else, money and fame will fade away. It will. You know? And so with the law of reflection, I don't even know what time we have. This is what I want to ask you right now, Rose Jean. Thinking about your strengths, your weaknesses, and your talents, I'm going to ask you right now, and this is for the audience too that's watching. What is your biggest asset, okay, or your biggest strength? And what is your biggest liability, your biggest weakness? And let me share with you what's my greatest asset. Number one, I'm an influencer. The way God created me, the way that God designed me was to encourage and to motivate. I have a voice for communication. God has used me to inspire people. And that's why I do the things I do. I'm good at gathering people. I'm good at inspiring and motivating people. That's my greatest asset because that's part of my gift. I exhort people. I help people rise up to their potential. You know what my greatest liability is? My greatest liability is overcommitment. It's hard for me to say no. It's hard for me to say no because I want to help everybody. And sometimes I help so many people that I don't even help myself. And if I don't help myself become valuable, I'm not going to be able to add value to anyone else. That's my greatest asset and my greatest liability. What's yours, Rose Jean?
Okay. My greatest asset.
What's yours, Rose Jean?
Okay. My greatest asset is of course influencer, because I feel now that most of my followers, my team, and my group will always listen to me, and of course I have a power or voices for them. Whatever I do, especially in the social media, be careful because they follow me what I spoke or what I do. They follow to me. They do. If they help for them, what is my motivation and advices for them. My voices is my greatness, influencer for them. And my weaknesses is that to be you know that I don't know what is calling this. I my weaknesses is if irresponsible. Maybe I committed something. Maybe I'm not what do you call this? Do you call this, madam? Ma'am, hindi ko siya magawa. Halimbawa, may commitment ako sa tao, ma'am, tapos hindi ko natupad. Ano ba yun?
You are frustrated because what you would like to do was not met or accomplished.
Pag nangako ako tapos hindi ko natupad, yun yung weakness ko. Yun.
Yeah, your weakness is being frustrated if what you promised was not. If you broke your promise,
Yes.
you feel bad. So that's what you wanted to say.
Broken promises, especially to my kids. Yeah.
Right.
Because
Right.
My kids is of course whatever I say to them, they believe it. If I don't give to them, maybe the trust or they not believing me, and of course a very, very big impact for me, because important to me what my kids always looking at me, what is images of a mother for me, for them. So I'm very careful for that images for my kids. That's my weaknesses. Broken promises.
Right.
I can see one of your weaknesses. The one. Can I say that?
What am I?
Can I tell her one of her weaknesses?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. Ask her. Can she tell you, Rosie?
Yeah, she can easily be persuaded.
Right.
Yeah, like she
Yeah.
lost lots of money because she was easily persuaded. Yeah,
Right.
and so that we really need to pause, and evaluate if that thing is really can help us grow, you know.
Right.
But Tuan, uh, just to let you know that Rose Jean will be having a long pause because she will be going home to the Philippines. So longer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. She will be leaving her 13-hour work. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So that's a long pause there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. And so we roughly got maybe like a couple more minutes. I gotta jump onto another call, but I really wanted to take this time really, even with this time with Rose Jean, like here's the thing. Always over deliver, even when even when it's just a few people. Because here's the thing. God has entrusted us with something very precious. The knowledge that we gain, the experiences and all that. Like I show up and one thing I have, my mindset is always over deliver. Even at times when I do like free stuff, like when I do free teachings or stuff like that, I take time out of my daily life and I make my schedule because I know at the end of the day, I'm not doing it for free. I'm adding value because my mindset is I'm going to impact whether it's one person on the Zoom call or whether it's two, whether it's 5 people watching, whether it's 2, whatever it is, God has entrusted you with something so precious. And how long are you going to sit on it? How long are you going to sit on that idea? I'm speaking to somebody right now that's going to be listening to it. Somebody's going to be listening to my voice right now, and they're going to be hearing, how long will you sit on that idea? How long will you sit on that dream? Yeah, I see that you got the dream written on your refrigerator. That's great. My mentor, John Maxwell, says this, and I love telling this story. He says, hey, take the thing down. You got your dreams written all on a piece of paper. Hey, I'm not impressed about that. Take it down. Take it down off your refrigerator. Rip it up. As a matter of fact, what are you going to do? God has entrusted you with a vision, a dream, and some of you guys will literally die with the dream still inside you. The richest place in this world, that question was asked to me, was what's the richest place in the world? And I thought, well, maybe Saudi Arabia is a pretty wealthy place, because all the oil. And the reality is the richest place on this world is the graveyard, because so many lives have passed with the dream still inside them. How much potential is in those graveyards right now because they never decided to take that step. They never jumped out in faith and trusted a great and a big and a mighty sovereign God that has placed you on earth to solve a problem, to be great, the good work that you've called to do, because you chose to live in your comfort zone. And there's nothing good that comes by staying in your comfort zone. There isn't. And that's why we have to constantly be entering into a zone of discovery. And I'm going to close with this. It's good, like Rose Jean said. When you have a true encounter with the real you, it feels good to know that I'm the only Tuan Nguyen in the entire world. No one else can be like me. They might have the same name, but they don't have the same DNA. I'm so special. Even though you don't think I am, I'm somebody. I'm talking to somebody right now. Do you know that you're somebody? Somebody so valuable. If you spend all your time comparing yourself to someone else, if you spend all your time trying to be like someone else, let me tell you that the world is going to miss out on you. And I would hate for the world to miss out on you, Rose Jean. I would hate for the world to miss out on you, Evelyn, because whatever you were created to do, you never lived up to it. And you know what happens when we don't live up to our potential? We make our creator look like a failure because we represent the creator. We represent the Almighty God. And that's why I'm so passionate about helping you guys elevate higher and higher, because we serve a great and mighty God. And our confidence, it's only through him. Our validation comes to him. There's no need to compete with others, but it's a lot easier said than done. I find myself competing all the time, just being honest. I do find myself comparing myself all the time, and I catch myself. I'm like, man, snap out of it. Come on, Tuan, you're tripping. It's okay to be you. And so I want to just leave you guys with that. I thank you, Rose Jean. I thank you, Evelyn, for just being on the call. I thank you for everyone that is on Facebook Live right now that has just commented. And I'm going to try. Look, I want to be here every single week. I know that the timing issue is very difficult because I think a lot of the members on the OBS community are in a different time zone. So like right now, it's like 2 a.m. in Saudi Arabia. It's 6 p.m. here. And so just moving forward, I really want to, let's just try to see what would be a better time, because I really want to connect with more people in the future. I think this would really benefit a lot of people by just getting on a call and interacting and just openly speaking, versus just tuning in on a Facebook Live. I mean, technology is so powerful. I mean, I'm connecting to Rose Jean all the way from Saudi Arabia. We're talking about leadership. We're talking about personal growth. She has a baby crying in the background. Like, I mean, come on, somebody. And so I just want to leave you guys with that. You guys be blessed. I really value each and every single one of you. Rose Jean, you keep on soaring, my friend. You keep on rocking out. And let me say this, you're not a number 6. In my eyes, I see you as a number 10.
Yeah.
I do. And the reason why I say that is because I know what you're capable of. And so until you actually believe in that, I'm going to believe for you.
Yeah.
Evelyn, you want to close us out with any last remarks before we get off the call?
Before ending this one, I would like to thank you. Thank you so much for your utmost support to OBSS, for sharing great values for personal development every Tuesdays. So I want the members to know that this is always available during Tuesdays. Yeah. And I wanted to share to you what happened a few hours ago, and one of the members, maybe you know,
Yeah.
Given did her live in the dark because there was power outage, but she has an internet, but she still
Wow.
do it in the dark. So I was there because I don't like her to be alone in the dark without nobody watching. And then my bulb here in my room was bursted. So both of us were in the dark until she finished their live.
Right.
So I'm encouraging the members here that doing lives really will improve also your personality because you are revealing to others, to the world, but you are. So because we also would like to see you expressing yourself in person, although it's through the camera, in the way we use our eyes, not only with our ears. We wanted to get the message that you wanted to share to us by means of live. And this is the quote that I got from my mother-in-law. And he said, if you really wanted to do one thing, there are many ways. But if you don't like to do the thing, you have many reasons for not doing it. So
Right.
I'm encouraging everyone to find ways in order to show up for your lives. So that's all for today. And thank you again, Rose, Jean, and Tuan, of course.
Yes. Rose Jean, you got anything for us? That's it. Hey, well, I gotta jump off the call. Hey, I got some worksheets on the law of the mirror and the law of reflection. I'm gonna upload them on the site right now for anyone that, maybe was just on the call and wasn't able to take notes on it. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you those personally, Rose Jean and Evelyn. So you
Thank
guys
you.
be blessed. And I will see everyone next week. All right. You guys keep on rocking on.
Yeah.